Welcome everybody to BoyzNThe6ix, episode 5 deep. Dunny, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Just lounging around. You know what I noticed? Every podcast that we've done thus far, well, since the first one, we've always had a guest on.
I thought that's what the whole point was.
Well, I thought, we'd have some alone time,
Yo, I don't want no alone time with you. We had the first 30 minutes. It was a good run, and we're good.
It hurts my heart.
Sorry.
Actually hurt my feelings.
It's okay.
Hurt my feelings. BoyzNThe6ix. And now we have a lady present.
Oh, damn. Do we have to change the name now?
We have to change the name. We gotta come up with something different because we can't say BoyzNThe6ix and disrespect this beautiful young lady sitting beside me. That's rude.
Oh, I feel so flattered.
Man. Introducing Tasha. Welcome to BoyzNThe6ix. How are you?
I'm great. Good to be here.
Finally.
Yeah. It didn't take that long.
Not that long,
but
we got it done.
Enough. Yeah.
We got it done. We came around to it.
We're here. We're ready.
Definitely. Yeah, so tell me, man, what have you been up to?
Oh man, what have I been up to? I have been working, chilling, doing my thing, just making it. What we're all been up to, basically, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Tasha and I actually worked together at Champs. 6 years ago? About?
Like 6 or 7 years ago.
6 or 7 years
long
ago?
time ago.
We were young then.
Yes.
Young-ish. Me, young-ish. But since then, we've grown. We kind of, ventured onto different things.
Mm-hmm.
You actually started an entertainment company.
Yes.
Right? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So I started an entertainment company. It's called MszMacK Entertainment. Mm-hmm. We're a Toronto-based company, and what we do is we showcase local talent, right? So we basically go around the entire city, pick up different venues that cater towards the talent, the genre of music, the artist, things like that. So what MszMacK Entertainment is that we put up pop-up shows throughout Ontario, all over from now up until the year, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Right. We've got one coming up soon, actually.
Yeah, Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's on Sunday. It's January 29th, 2 weeks away. It is just around the corner, and it's pretty exciting. We've got some really good talent that's going to be playing.
Yeah, you mentioned local talent. And that's what we actually, promote, or just sort of keen on, is to bring local talent and, get them out there. Even though we're just starting out as well, but it's a platform, for us and for them to kind of work together and, put each other out there. So I think that's one thing I do appreciate that you're doing with your entertainment company, is bringing that local talent, even though they have a name, but
giving them a stage.
Yeah, giving them a stage to promote their name.
That's basically what it is. There's not a lot of people out there that do that anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like when we're talking about all our talent and everything, we're talking about let's rewind a little bit. I'm sure if we go to our car right now, if I go to your car and we see what radio stations you have set up.
Yeah.
Right? Mainstream.
Yeah, of course.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's why everybody gets lost in that translation. Like, there's people in the city that have music out that is just as good, if not better.
Right. No, you're right.
Talent that's showcased.
Yeah.
And that's fed into our ears.
And realistically, some of the mainstream, songs that play on the radio, they're not, up to par than some of these local artists that have it, right? And that's one thing that we always sort of convey too, and let the people know, hey, look, support your local talent, because it's like you said, it's dying, because they're not getting the recognition that they deserve, and they're not getting that exposure, that they should have because of the mainstream artists take it all. We actually talked about that.
Yeah.
I like the
What's the meat?
with me, how if there's an artist that comes from abroad who has a bigger name, he'd be like eyes would be on him or
Exactly.
them or her
Right.
mostly. But then if there's a local artist, he won't. Everybody kind of bats an eye.
They don't, and you have to think about it too. It's what the media feeds us,
Yeah.
right? It's that. It's the backing for it. Think about it. These artists, they put their heart and soul into their work, right?
Yeah.
But when you're basically you're putting your heart and soul, so you're putting probably, let's say, 10 hours a day on your 10 hours a day, but then apart from this 10 hours, you're also working your full-time or part-time job because you gotta make a living.
Yeah.
Right. So for these artists, they don't have the financial stability to put on this big spectacular show or to get their name out there.
Yeah.
Right? These mainstream artists, they do.
Of course.
Of course. But then they deserve, let's be honest. They do deserve to be where they are at. They've probably put in their work.
Yeah.
Their hard work. They paid their dues.
They started
to get
somewhere.
where they did. Exactly.
Yeah.
To get where they are. So now what we need to do, or what I'm doing, is I'm giving, like you said, I'm giving them the stage. I'm giving them I'm not giving them their fan base because they already do have their own fan base.
Yeah.
But I'm also bringing everything together.
Yeah.
So that everybody is just kind of in the same environment. The energy is just so great.
Yeah.
And they put on the best show that they want.
Well, you're creating new fans. For
Exactly.
them,
Yes.
right? Because it's like basically it's networking.
Yeah.
Right? You're creating new fans from them because you're putting together the show, and then the people who already know them are going to be there. People who know you are going to be there.
Exactly.
So that automatically becomes a fan base on its own because they'll get more exposure from them.
That's basically what I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna touch on. So the first show that is coming up is January 29th. So it's a Sunday. Doors open at 8:00. Show starts at 9. It's going on till 12.
Venue?
So the venue's at the Rivoli on Queen West. Okay. Venue is a great venue for great talent, great local talent. There's been a lot of artists that have performed on that stage. So the show we've got our headliner Kristen Karma. She's great. Yeah. She's from Vancouver. She's out here in Toronto hustling, doing her thing.
You were telling me she has that sort of Lady Gaga feel to her music.
She's got everything, but she's very unique.
Okay.
So she's got her own feel. So she's got influence from she's got we talked about. She actually played at Lady Gaga's after party for Born This Way.
That's sick.
That tour. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Right? She did a great job. From that, she actually had a single out with Little John. It was called Sirens. It's still out. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then a couple of years ago, she put out a single "Believe," and Canadian Cancer Society picked it up. Nice. So she did a show with them last year, and yeah, she's debuting her single at the event on the 29th called Party Heroes.
Nice.
Pretty excited for this. I've heard this. I got a sneak peek. I feel
like
I got lucky.
I want to hear it.
I got real lucky when I heard it. This is gold.
Yeah.
What I heard was gold. I love she's progressed so wonderfully this whole time. She's I'm actually really fortunate for her to be one of my friends, right?
Nice.
And also the hard work that I've seen her put out has been just great.
It pays dividends obviously
It
when you put out the work and you work hard for it and you're real to your craft, you work on it. It obviously at the end, like I said, the fruit is a lot better than just kind of easing your way in. But yeah, we gotta go to this event, man. You gotta check this out, man.
Everybody's gotta
sick.
come, man.
Save us a couple tickets.
Yeah, they're going, man. They're going, and and I'm so proud of the work that everybody's been put into it.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. For anybody that actually wants to buy tickets, where can they get them?
Yes, so you can definitely go on my website. So it's listed MszMacK.com. And we've also got them on the artist website. So you can actually go on KristenKarma.com. You can find it on Facebook. We've got the event on Facebook. It's called Kristen Karma with Guests. It's also known as MszMacK PopUp Presents. So it's actually all over social media, which is great. Yeah.
Second.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So we've got her. She's got her pop rock feel. We've also got Kelvin Weatherill that's opening up. So he's an acoustic rock star, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
But he's got so much influence from everywhere. So he's got influence from not just, like, you can't really just say he's acoustic rock. He's got his own style.
Okay.
So there's some reggae influence I've seen in his work. There's some soul, a lot of soul.
Yeah.
Some R&B. So yeah, K-Dub, short form as well.
From
Yeah. He's been hustling too. So he's opening up the show.
Nice.
Bringing in the vibe.
And
right.
You mentioned earlier that the comedians, they're
Right.
hosting it.
Yes.
You gotta tell the people.
I gotta
that.
tell you guys about these comedians. Oh man, these guys are so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you. So we've got a twin duo, right?
Yeah.
YouTube sensations. There's two of me.
That's what they call.
That's what they're called.
That's
yes. Yeah. So that's what they're called. Go on YouTube. There's two of me. You'll find them. They've got a whole bunch of skits out, a whole bunch of videos, whole bunch of challenges. You actually enjoyed one of their challenges that I showed.
Yeah. Mixing Pepto-Bismol or some shit like that. And I was like, yo, brown people would not do that. Straight up.
Well, I guess we know what color they are now. Not really, but that's a secret, right?
That's a secret.
That's a secret.
That's a secret.
You guys
but
gotta
they're
go
definitely
figure it
not
out.
brown.
Yeah.
Definitely not. But honestly, we're like the first time you told me about the show, I was already anticipating it, just because it's different.
Yes.
You know, it's not your average, sort of, okay, come, hey, we have these great artists performing.
Right.
No, it's local artists who have talent and who are putting it out there for you. It's gonna be real.
And it's not just local artists. It's their own songs.
Yeah.
It's their own music. There's covers or like out of the question. Just kind of doing their thing, their rhythm. It's all just there out in gold. Like, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got that. So you've got there's two of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you've got
That's the sickest name ever.
Yeah. You guys did great. There, you see.
Yes.
You guys did well. Yeah.
Two of you did great.
Two of you, 5 million of us. Same
Then you've got Calvin. Then you've got Kristen closing it, and then you've got Satanic Mills in the middle. Yeah. You
mentioned.
I did, and who they are. They're a great group of guys. They've got that funky, punky feel, that foolish, like, basically they describe themselves as idiots, and when you meet them, it's the best, because when you meet them, you're like, you know what, you're living up to that. Like, that's great. Like,
you guys are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, and they're so good with it, because they get the whole crowd involved in their shows. So it's just, you've got all of it.
Yeah.
Just coming together, so it's gonna be great. Like, I'm pumped. I know a lot of people that
I'm
are
excited.
Coming up to me. Yeah, they're waiting for it. They're like,
like I said, when
2 weeks.
you first told me about this, I was like, I gotta get to this.
Yeah.
Like we gotta check this shit out, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bomb. It's gonna be good.
So, question.
Yes.
How hard was it to put all this together?
It took a lot of hard work. I'm not gonna paint a picture saying that this was easy. I've basically been talking about this forever.
Yeah.
A lot of close people to me, I've always said, it started basically it started out as I've always loved this industry.
Okay.
Right. So I started out in front of the camera, not behind the scenes. right? So I dabbled in a little bit of singing. I dabbled into modeling. I did some acting back in the day. And being in front of the camera, it felt great, but I always felt something was missing. Right? I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel I didn't really like the flow. Right? So and just meeting some people along the way. Of course, not everybody's going to be a beautiful soul in this industry.
Of course, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So meeting a lot of people and them just discouraging or just negative bash or negative vibes around. It was like I didn't like the way that they were to me, and like I took it because I was younger, so I did take it a little bit more personally.
Yeah.
And I wanted to change that.
Okay.
So that's basically how everything started.
I see. Well, you took a different route to kind of go behind the scenes,
Exactly.
get more technical,
Yes.
and focus on that. But like I said, being in front of the camera is great,
Yes.
right? But people don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
It's a lot difficult, and what you're doing is a lot more difficult than a lot of people may think.
It's getting to that place where you want people to believe in you.
Yeah.
So it's just how you portray it, right? So whatever. So I wanted to I want to help. Like me personally, how I get my enjoyment, how I get my success in life is by helping people.
Yeah.
Right? I want people to be comfortable around me.
Right.
And I want people to believe in what I believe in.
Yeah.
Right? And so with MszMacK Entertainment, it's everybody who's around me or who's following or kind of in my life or has been in my life. I want them to know, like, you know what? Like, it's a great purpose. That these people that are coming on who are performing at the event, like, they deserve to perform and take ownership of that stage.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
And not just them, but also you, because you've taken that, not just the ownership, but the leadership role as well.
Right.
In doing this event, you pretty much put everything on your shoulders and said, hey, follow me.
Yeah.
I'm going to guide you there. And the rest is all you.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Right? You've done your part in organizing this. Now it's up to the artist to go there and do their thing.
And do what they have to do.
Do what they have to do.
Exactly. And yeah, so it started out just talking about it to the point where I was actually, when we were having our conversation earlier, I was enlightening Nav that last summer, all year, I worked 2 jobs. I worked at the office, then I worked at the brewery, so I'm working 2 jobs, and I'd leave my house at 7:30 in the morning, come back home at midnight, and be so tired, and then go do the same thing, and kind of losing myself in this whole repetitive motion, right? Just kind of and not having a passion for what I'm doing.
I think we can all respect that.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And it went to a point where I just woke up one day and I was like, no. Like I'm not a number. Like this is not why I'm in this world.
Yeah.
I need to do something
to make a difference.
Yeah.
And just to be happy. Just to I'm doing it just for the success is great. And just doing this show just right now coming up is my success that I've been waiting for.
Yeah, it's your baby. Yeah, this
Right?
is what you wanted to do. You created this. It's like, I guess when you get your first break, almost, right? It's like your firstborn.
Yeah.
Right. That's how you feel.
Yes.
Because that's like, it's liberation.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's your moment that you will look back on always. No matter how small the venue or no matter how small the show is, but as long as it's in your mind successful, that is what you will go back to. Like for us, right? Who knows where we'll be in 5 to 10 years,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But I will always think about that first podcast.
Yeah.
It always come back to me. This is how we started.
Yeah.
And this is where we are now.
Yeah.
But aim, at a higher level. There's nothing wrong with aiming high.
Right.
Listen,
No.
somebody always told me, if you're you set your goal, right? And if other people think you're crazy because you set that goal so high, that should be enough motivation to drive you towards that goal.
Yes.
Right? Because only you know what you can achieve, and that goal you've already set, you know you can achieve it.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of help along the way. I can't just say it was just me. I cannot take credit for everything. I told you, Kristen has been a great friend of mine throughout this whole thing. She's also helped me push me, basically helped me push to the limits of doing this as well. So now I'm just like, you know what, I'm doing it. I've also got my like just everybody around me kind of saying, you know what, you got to just do it. You just got to do it.
Just go for it.
You know, and
take
then
that leap.
Just take that leap, right? Coming up with even coming up with the logo, coming up with the web designs as well. A really good friend of mine, Carm, was helping me out along the way with her friend Steph. Like, we're just doing it together. Like, them just believing in what I'm doing. Like, this is such a great idea. They wanted to be a part of it, and I remember it was Carm came over to my house. It was a Friday night. We both just finished grinding work. We get to the house. We're like, okay, pop open that bottle of wine. All right, let's just snack away and let's get rolling.
But that's where it starts, right?
Let's just figure this out. Like, let's just do this. And then brainstormed, okay, this is what I think, this is what I want the logo to be like, this is what we want to do, this is what the information I want on the website, and we just started rolling, and then a week, 2 weeks later, okay, this is what's going on, and then boom, like, everything just kept falling into place.
Like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It just kind of like,
it
all worked out at the end.
Right.
It's funny because, our first 2-3 podcasts, that's exactly what we stressed on, was having that team behind you that strives you, that looks out for your best interests, not because they're gonna get somewhere, is because they truly actually care about you, they truly love you, and they want to see you get there.
I was just about to mention that too. I was like, you need that strong team, that truth, actually, the realism.
Right.
You can't have yes men, because yes men will say yes to anything.
Right. No, you've got those people, and there's been positive, negative feedback. You need that. It's be real. That's what it is. Like, exactly. I'd rather you be real. And then just be like, oh yeah, that is pretty cool. Oh yeah, okay, cool. And then you just dig yourself into a hole.
Exactly.
Right.
You could put the shittiest thing, but you yes maybe, yo, that is so bomb.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
You did so well, and it's like,
but the other million people are like, that's stupid. That's the shittiest shit I've ever heard in my life. And that's what you don't need. Those yes men or something. But you know what? You'll see them.
Yeah.
You'll recognize them right away.
Yes.
Especially if you're, real yourself. That person, those fake people they'll kind of expose themselves.
Real recognizes real,
not even expose themselves, they give off that vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
A lot of people that know me on a personal level, they know I'm all about the vibes. Yeah. I've always been about the vibes. I'm always about the energy. I'm always about that rhythm. Yeah. And I try to do good. Yeah. But when I cross paths with just something that doesn't seem right, and I just don't feel a good energy or it repels, I will tell I'm straight up and I'll be like, I don't want to mess with you.
She's always
we're
been
good.
blunt. She's always been blunt though. I mean, we met
2006
or 7
6
around
or
there.
7, yes.
Right, so she was 17, 18 at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is, so check it out though. But she's always been like that.
Yeah.
Even working at Champs, even if it was like a messed up customer, she wouldn't nah. Like if you're stupid, I'm gonna get stupid back with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight.
In a kind and like a little like a downgrading kind of way. Be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell you I'm stupid with a nice smile on my face.
Yeah,
like I don't mean to, but it just comes out like
Feistiness, man. You gotta have you gotta be feisty. If you're not feisty, then you're not cut off for this business.
You're not gonna make it.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, you
gotta have thick skin. You gotta be able to take criticism.
Yeah.
But like to your point, to elaborate what you were saying, like you take that criticism, turn it into constructive.
Yes.
And you work with that.
Yes.
Right. Because all the other shit is just, I guess, what do you say, hate. Yeah. Right. It's just
hate, jealousy,
and all that stuff. Like you're gonna meet a lot of them. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Right. You probably already have.
Right? Oh yeah. There's different types of people that are out there, but you have to have that the word I'm looking for, not that thick skin, but you have to have that, I guess, like that extra scent to like know, okay, wait, you know what? I don't know if you're actually in this for the right intent. Right, yeah, I don't think I don't think your reasons are great here right now. You gotta weigh it out.
You have to, and that's one thing that we've always stressed too, is that you take that leap, you take that dive, knowing it's a risk, right? But you got to be willing to take that risk. You got to be willing to be open-minded about it,
right? And
just leap. That's what this business. You can't. Planning is good, is great, right? But in this business, the less planning you do at the beginning, sort of, right? If it works out for you, great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, sure, you can plan accordingly. But there's I've heard of so many stories where people out of fate make it, right? It's just one of those things that just
right
happens.
place, right time.
Yeah.
Right place, right time. Who's that actress in what's that movie? The soccer movie, Bend It Like Beckham.
Oh,
Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
She got picked, just like that, basically off the streets, I think. No.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
So wait, are you talking about
Keira Knightley?
Keira Knightley? I'm not. I don't know her background. You probably know it better than I do.
Okay, that girl in Pirates
of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We know who Keira Knightley is.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but she got casted because a producer saw her at a coffee shop, and he just liked her face.
I'd believe that. You know who? Another one. Modern Family. Sophia. I'm gonna butcher her last name.
Sophia. I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm sure everybody. Her and Ellen are like this,
Yeah.
No, she got discovered too by a photographer.
Yeah.
She was just walking down the beach one day. She was a dental assistant, right? Walking down the beach, got discovered, and now look at her.
Now look at it. Blew up.
Blew
up.
up.
I've heard so many stories where people.
That's random. Just how it is.
I actually came across a post on Facebook that Sylvester Stallone was flat broke. This guy sold his dog, I think only for $50. Right? Managed to sell his script for Rocky. Made I don't know how much money he made, like
Rocky.
Good chunk.
Of course. It's
ended up buying his dog back for $3,000.
Wow.
Just look at Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He came to America with $20 in his pocket.
How about
funny, everybody comes to him.
Oh yeah. What about
$20 in their pocket?
Simon Cowell. He went broke.
Yeah.
Really?
He was broke before American Idol. Yes.
That guy was broke?
Yes.
Was he?
Yes. He had $50 in his bank account.
Yeah.
Probably what am I going to do?
Damn. I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same thing with, she was still an actress. Lena Headey. Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What's her name in the show?
I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I heard about this actress though.
Okay, so apparently, right before the production of Game of Thrones, she was broke, and then she landed that contract.
That's
fate.
It, man.
Fate, man. That's what it is.
And it's also pushing. Actually, Emma Stone. Let's talk about Emma Stone right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just won. So she just won a Golden Globe for La La Land.
La La Land, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about Emma Stone. So her mom and her mom moved, just the two of them, they moved to LA.
Okay.
Right? She was in her teens, I think 14 years old, trying to make it, right? She knew that acting was what she always wanted to do. And then so she was runner-up at this singing competition that never aired.
Okay.
Right? So she was runner-up where I think she won. I don't know the legalities of it, but that's how she started. And then she kept pushing, right? And then boom, 2007 lands one of the leads in Superbad.
Yeah.
And
Sick
then
movie, by the way.
kept going. And you know what's crazy about her winning this Golden Globe is that Emma Watson turned down La La Land for Beauty and the Beast.
Oh. Yeah, right.
Yes. So she was the first pick. Huh. And then because she turned it down, Emma Stone, runner-up.
Emma, the other Emma got it.
Battle of the Emmas.
Battle of the Emmas.
I guess they like the Emmas, but hey, it worked.
It worked.
Things like this happen. It's just...
Because even though La La Land is a big musical, it's basically a Hollywood Indian movie.
He had to do it. He had to.
He
needed to put in. He had to. He had to make sure.
There's so many songs in that movie. It's like you legit watching Ryan Gosling and Emma.
See, the movie, the genre is actually classified as a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, in Hollywood, when I watch a movie and there's songs in it, it's a
Bollywood
movie with Hollywood actors. Okay, it's as simple as that. Even if we go back to like The Sound of Music and Casablanca and all that stuff, those are Bollywood movies. Undercover.
That's it. But yeah, that's how it works. You just get that right place, right time, and then you take that little speck of fame or fame or that little speck of noticeability is what I want to say, and then boom, you can take it anywhere. So it just really depends on you as a person, as an artist, or even behind the scenes, anything.
Yes.
This is the little exposure you get, and now it's up to you to do what you want.
Yeah, you're the artist,
right?
So you have to work on your craft if you want to make it, further. You can't have the same sort of personality, going through with this, right? You can't remain the same. You got to be able to adapt, and you got to be able to grow, because that's the only way you're gonna make it. So, as an artist, we encourage you to grow, you learn, change. You got to be able to change.
You adapt.
Adapt, exactly. You gotta be able to.
Everything's
You gotta be a
different.
chameleon, man. You
gotta
be a chameleon.
do it all. If you stick to one thing, it's just you're gonna just be known to do that one thing.
You'll be boring.
Yeah.
It'll be
you're
boring.
gonna be bored. Your fans are gonna be bored.
Yeah.
You gotta switch it up.
This has been many artists who've kind of fell off.
Johnny Depp actually, when he gave an interview, he said when he was growing up, a lot of people asked him what you wanted to be when you grew up, and at the time he didn't really have an answer. But now he looks back, he's like, you know what? I became everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, his movies are never boring.
They're never boring, and they're so different too.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me that he hasn't won an Academy Award yet. Like it really astonishes me that he hasn't won yet.
Leonardo DiCaprio just won one last year.
Finally.
Right.
That was well deserved too.
Okay, here's my argument with Johnny Depp not winning an Academy Award. I forget the year. I think it was 07, 08. He was going head to head with Sean Penn.
Okay.
For I think it was Mystic River. Remember the movie where his daughter goes missing and never watched it? It was a good movie. It was a good role, but it was like a typical sort of dramatic role, that an actor can play, right?
Johnny Depp's or Sean Penn's?
Sean Penn's.
Yeah.
Sean Penn did Mystic River. He was nominated for that.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp was nominated for Pirates, the first Pirates, right?
Great movie.
Oh man.
Great movie.
So good.
Here's the thing. He came up with Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Right? He's the one who originated it. Right?
Yes.
Sean Penn, as great as he is as an actor, cannot do Jack Sparrow. Given?
Yeah, I don't think anybody could do Jack Sparrow.
No, like that's Johnny Depp all over it.
Right?
Yeah.
But But give Johnny Depp that role in Mystic River, he would do it just as well, if not better, than Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Right? So when I was watching that Oscar, I had the controller in my hand, and when Sean Penn won, I wanted to fling my controller at the TV because I was so pissed off. I was like, no, Oscars, you can't do that to Johnny Depp. You know, I was like, tell Sean Penn to Captain Jack Sparrow.
But here's the thing, though. Everybody knows Johnny Depp is such an amazing actor.
Yes.
When you talk to somebody about like the best actors, you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp,
Will Smith.
right?
Yeah.
I'd put Ryan Reynolds up in there too.
Ryan Gosling too.
Yes,
Ryan Gosling.
I would.
Yeah, all these great
and
actors.
there are, again, these are all examples of people that
Heath Ledger.
so good.
Why?
You know.
Why?
It is what it is.
You know, speaking of Heath Ledger, for the Dark Knight, right after he passed, if he hadn't passed, he was going to be in the third one.
Oh, I'm sure he would have been in many more movies other than just The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like I said, man, it's amazing how there's so much talent out there that we don't know of.
Yes.
Right? And with what you're doing is so incredible. It's so amazing. And I'm like, I couldn't be, as a friend, be more proud of you, you know, with what you're doing. It's like, this is so amazing, man. It's like, it's what we talk about.
Yep.
You know? And then when I when I was talking to Tasha and she was telling me about it, I was like, yo, this is exactly what we say.
Yeah.
Right? Promote local talent, promote your people. And that's what she was doing. So it automatically, it brought a smile to my face when I heard about this.
Well, when you approached me, I remember I just launched everything.
Yeah.
Right? I launched it all and I made it public. And then I launched it on Facebook. And then when you messaged me and you're like, Tash, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Right? I'm like, what do you mean? And then right off the bat, you told me about BoyzNThe6ix.
Yeah.
And then I told you about MszMacK, and we're like, dude, and you're like, you gotta come. I'm like, I gotta come.
Absolutely.
Like there's no excuse.
No, you have to.
Right? And I'm excited for the show that's coming up.
We're excited. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Like I'm really excited for this.
There's gonna be more.
Definitely.
It doesn't stop there. And it's gonna be a different venue, different artists, different genres. It's just gonna be, every single one will not be like the other.
No, and that's what you keep it. You got to keep it
original.
Keep it original, you know, and keep it, you know, change it up a little.
Yes.
Yeah, let the people get what they want.
Yep.
You know, it's like, it's not just going to be rock or soul or hip hop. There's going to be, you know, who knows, Indian. You know, might be there.
You never know. I gotta go back to my roots, man. You gotta do it.
She may not look Indian, but she actually is. And don't get it twisted. And don't let their hair.
See, you gotta keep them guessing, though, right?
You have to. Hey, you know what? We talked about that too. You know, it's like you kind of you're behind the scenes in what you do.
Yes.
You know, your own artists are trying to figure out who is this person that's actually holding this down.
And I like that.
Yeah.
Like I like that. It's like I'm there I watch it.
Yeah.
But you don't really need to know who I am.
Yeah, it's mysterious.
Like,
Keep it a mystery.
That's funny that you said that word, is because when I was like, so when I first moved to Canada, I moved to Pickering, and I had a group of friends there, and this was like 12, 13 years old, and they named me, like my nickname was Mysterious.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like they're like Tash, you know. And then remember when those dog tags were back, like in style?
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta remember those dog tags.
I had dog tags.
Yeah, I got one for my birthday from all of them. They just like made one, and I used to wear it all the time. Like that was like the name for me. So
I stole my cousin Umman's because I just wanted it, even though it was his name. I was like, yo,
I want a dog tag.
Give me your dog tags. But he was like, yo, it's my name. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to wear it.
Yeah.
Because that was the in thing back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I got like a bunch of Superman ones, and I have no idea what happened to my dog tags. It just kind of lost in the shuffle.
It's lost in It's just lost in translation,
Just-
I guess. It's just won a box. I'm sure you'll come across it.
I mean, you know what? I actually
One
want to
day.
bring them back. I'm gonna start rocking dog tags.
You know, I'm all for whatever you want to do with your own personal style.
So we had Gurpreet on the last podcast, and he was telling us how his dad saved all of his like 80s clothes.
Wow.
So this guy was still
So
rocking
sick.
like parachute pants and
That's sick because it's actually back in style, right?
Yeah.
Like that you see it, like
it's coming back.
it's coming back. And what's great about it is that everybody's got like the 90s is back.
Yeah.
People are rocking the 70s, the 80s, the new styles now too.
Yeah.
It's like everything's accepted. It's great. Yeah.
It's amazing, man. Like I said, I'm very proud of what you're doing. Very happy for what you're doing, and
Thank you.
I do appreciate you coming on. This it's been a minute.
Yeah,
It had to be done, but unfortunately, my boy got sick. I'm so glad he's feeling better, man. Thank you for feeling better, because I need you. Boys in the Six needs you. Please don't ever get sick again.
Actually ended up giving my fever to Kathy, so I feel really bad.
Kathy is the wife, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sorry.
Good job. Good job there. But no, Tasha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the
Yeah.
next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Definitely,
for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah, we'll definitely do
Seeing you guys out there too. January 29th, the Rivoli.
that. Yep.
Be there.
I said, MszMacK,
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
that. You know?
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, Tani, for being back. I appreciate you for
You're welcome,
not
Nav.
being sick. You know, I can't. What's Nav without Tani? And what's Tani without Nav? That is the question.
It's about a 3-foot height difference.
Probably, but I can still jump higher. Yes, I'm skinny as legs, no calves. And on that note, we'll end it. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.